Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we, actually before we unpause, we want to get started prospecting in Vardulia. Since now we can do that, we're going to go ahead and get that started, and also I want to work on growth of Emporion. So Emporion, of course, is going to need an aqueduct and a granary, which might be interesting, depending on what it's already got. Yeah, we're going to immediately remove that fortress for sure, and put in an aqueduct. And then I think we'll remove the existing training camp here to put in a granary. So there we go. That should be that mission complete. Fantastic. Now we do need to put in a military tradition, and I would absolutely love to get Roman roads, I think. That's a lot of movement speed increase. Alternatively, we could go for Principes. That is not a terrible option, and then down into Triari. That would be definitely interesting. Like, this is really good for heavy infantry. And I think we're going to go that route. Fantastic. Now, we do need to get these guys back to where they need to go. These guys will come back to here. These guys, they're just going to pop in, I think. Just thinking here. I think they're going to come in over here. And then these guys, we're just going to send them, like, up over this way. And then these guys, they're just going to come down where they won't get attrition. Like that. Excellent. And that is these guys, then, not moving still. We're going to send them also just down where they're not going to take attrition. So, like, here will be fine. That should be completely okay. Little of value there, huh? Okay, that's unfortunate. Although we're not done prospecting in Vardulia just yet. So that's great. So once we get our troops out of here, we are going to begin working on some roads, for sure. We need to build a road here. I'd like to build a road all along this river, and then all along this border, and this shore, for sure, and then probably one coming up like this or something. We'll have to see. For now, these guys, they are going to immediately go on to road build. They're going to come down and build that road. Fantastic. These guys, they are going to build their road right along this shoreline, like so. We're also going to make sure there's a connection here so we don't have to go all that route. That is fine. And then we're going to connect down into there. Excellent. And then these guys, their goal is to arrive over here, and then they will build up the roads over here. It'll be interesting to see how we get that designed. I think I know how I'm going to design this, so now that I look at it. We should definitely be automatically trading over here. Why are we not on automatic trade? Let's see, I don't even know where the trade tab is. There we go. We are on automatic trade. Okay. Well, we could import something, but automatic trade is on, so it should, in theory, import at some point in the very near future. Fantastic. So we have a civil war apparently breaking out in, what, 9 months? Yeah, that's something we should probably deal with. Barak Bal Gizgo is the primary issue here. And we could grant him stipends. We've got plenty of cash. That'll almost do the trick. And we'll work on making friends with him. Sure, that should be fine. Absolutely excellent. Okay, these guys are in position up over here. So let's just go ahead and... No, I don't want them drilling. I want them road building. And we're going to tell them to come up here and then backtrack. And then we're just going to come all the way around like that. But I'm also going to build in a road there. Fantastic. That should be good. So yeah, I am going to bribe this guy. The Senate's super unhappy with us. What else is new? This is not new news. Okay. Fantastic. That'll do. These guys down here, that was a little laggy. These guys down here, they should definitely be drilling, as should these. Fantastic. We can afford a new invention. And were we working on something over this way? Yeah, working on Scorched Earth. Yeah, that's what we want, for sure. Army morale recovery would be pretty good, too. Yeah, all of this would be pretty decent. Excellent. Okay, so next up, we're going to need to deal with Bomilcar Badona the Gaul. That is definitely a problem here. He already has free hands. Okay, well, we'll bribe him, and that'll get him out of the way for now. Excellent. And this region lacks a governor. We would love to put in a Barca or an Ahiram. This guy would be okay as a Barca. Unfortunately, he is a Democrat, which I would prefer to avoid. That's an Ahmed there. Anything? Ah, here's Nahiram, who is a traditionalist. He'll do. Fantastic. So now only the Barkid are considered scorned. That is wonderful. And we do need to still continue working on... Looks like Hanno Barca is now the primary issue. So let's just go ahead and bribe this guy. Fantastic. Civil war avoided. Everyone does like gold. This is true. So we'll hand that on over. These guys, they're now going to come back up over here, and they're just going to build a road like that. And then I think they're going to backtrack and build a road in something like that to do the trick. Excellent. And I believe that's all of the road build up here that I want to do. However, we do have road build over here that needs to happen for sure. So I'm going to actually take these guys down over to here. And these guys, yeah, we need road build over here as well. There's definitely some road build that has fallen off over here. Are we? Yeah, we have a road build there. We can bring these guys just down to here, though. And we'll get started on building some of this road. We definitely have some roads to build here. Ooh, iron. Yes. Go ahead and do that. That is fantastic. And Growth of Emporion will finish up as soon as Emporion has a granary. That will be perfect. Excellent. And all this up here is going to be finished up soon. These guys are going to be done. And when they are, we're going to just take them down over here, and they are just going to come over here and drill. Because they will be completely done with their road build at that juncture. These guys, of course, they're going to be entering road build pretty soon here. And they... a lot to do. There's no doubt about that. We're going to put them onto road build mode, and they're just going to come up this coast for now. And we're definitely going to have them do a few more things, although I'm thinking about this. I've changed my mind. We want to do this, but we want to make sure there's a connection here. So we'll do that, and then we'll just come down this coastline like so, and make sure that we link up with this road. That'll do for now. Excellent. So these guys are able to just come off of road build at this point. Fantastic. That is wonderful. And we're just going to build a bunch of roads while we wait for our aggressive expansion to come down. I would like to stab a pig if we can. Not particularly efficient right now. So we'll hold off on that, I guess. These guys can go ahead and begin drilling. That'll be fine. Excellent. I don't necessarily like these parallel roads here, but okay. Guess we'll allow it. And these guys can go into road build mode. Their goal is, of course, to build a road up this coast. And then they'll start work on, like, connecting up some of these areas up here. Growth of Emporion can now be completed, and so we shall. The state will have use of their services indeed. We're going to go ahead and finish this mission at this point. There we go. Next, the growth of Numidia and the matter of Transalpine Gaul. I kind of want to do growth of Numidia now, I think. So we'll go ahead and start that. In fact, we can immediately finish Mines of Cretania. We can also immediately finish Fruits of Gaetulia. We can also immediately finish expanding the miner workforce. We could also immediately finish Bread and Circuses. I'm going to, I think, pass on that one. We can start on prospecting in Cretania immediately. And then Numidia. We didn't get a result for Numidia? Aqua Viva. Sure. So we're going to come down over here, and this needs to have a 2 granaries, in fact. So it would actually need to be a city. We'll go ahead and bump that on up. Fantastic. We can complete bread and circuses. I'm going to pass on that. Okay, so we need 2 city territories up here. That's going to be fairly extensive. So this one's already a city. This one would need to be promoted. We'll get that started. We would need to promote this one up to a city as well. Now, we don't currently have the political influence for that. So we will hold off on that for the moment, but we will definitely continue working on these missions. Yeah, a temple? Sure. That'll be fine. So yeah, this should be okay. And then I do want to check in on Rushikad here, which is up here. Okay. So this needs to have a fort level greater or equal to 1, and it needs to have 2 marketplaces as well. I'm going to remove... I don't like to remove libraries here, but I'm going to do it. We're going to put in a fort level of 1, and then we need, what, 2 marketplaces? And we need cash for this one. We'll just wait for the month tick. There we go. I want to double check. Ooh, a little bit of gold there. And we'll do a hefty fine. I want to double check that was tax offices, not marketplaces. Get those out of there. That's what I wanted to double check. We do need to deal with Bomilcar the Gaul again. This guy's still being a jerk. We're going to work on making friends with him for now. Excellent. And then this is going to need a marketplace building in this location as well. I'm not going to spend political influence on that. So we're going to need a marketplace here as well. Okay, we'll ditch that and we'll put in another marketplace just for the purpose of making our way through the mission. So that's great. And then, of course, we're going to need markets in these ports. But that's fine. Okay, so we need to promote another city, so we need our political influence to come up. That's completely okay. I do want to check in on our road build situation. It looks like things are proceeding reasonably at this point. We're going to take these guys off of road build, and I would like to put them maybe down here where they won't take attrition. That'll be fine. Local population, happiness in Rome. You know what? We'll do the financial aid. Yes, we are in debt. Oh, a gift from the gods. Wow, that was a really good roll. We're no longer in debt. We'll take it. We will absolutely take that. And yeah, we'll toss some cash at this guy. So we only have somewhere around, what, 34 years left here. So I did put up a poll on what the next series after this one ends should be. So make sure to check that out and have your voice be heard. We are, after all, apparently running a republic. I don't know how that happened, but sure. I'm very bad at running a republic, though. I'll be honest. Look at this tyranny. Oh, fantastic. These guys are still building roads over here. That's fine. We were spurned by this guy. Sure, we can't afford another... invention here. And I'm currently leaning... I mean, we could continue working on siege ability. Or we could take a look at potentially attempting to lose additional... or gain additional opinion from people, rather. It's an option. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to continue working down this siege tree over here. Should be okay. These guys, they're going to come up over here, and they're going to build kind of a triangle here. And then they're going to come back, make sure to hook this in over here. They're going to come up and build a road through this pass. Up over this way. This is impassable here. Okay, that sounds good. So then they're going to backtrack down over this way. There is a pass over here, so I would like to make sure that we have roads built something like that. And then they'll connect the road in here, but I also want a road to connect in over here, like that. That should keep them busy for a little while. Fantastic. Okay, so Bomilcar is still being a jerk. His loyalty is, in fact, plummeting currently. Okay. I mean, he's pretty unhappy because we find his embezzlement. Fair enough. And we also revoked a bunch of holdings from him. Yeah, that's the thing that we did. That is true. That is definitely true. We're going to continue trying to make friends with him, though. I mean, if he rebels, he rebels. It's not actually the end of the world if he does. Kind of okay with it, in all honesty. Remarkable. Additional cash. Fantastic. The Granary of Numidia should be done pretty soon, right? Yes, we'll do that. We need... Ah, right. We need this to have city status. That is still underway. Ooh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. We're definitely going to take that. And yeah, the city status is still a little ways away here, so that's fine. And we do need all of these territories to be upgraded to city, so we need a little bit more in terms of our political power before we can really proceed here. Sure. But we are able to work on a lot of these. We will give him cash. And we definitely want to make sure that we have... Well, we are building an aqueduct and a granary here, right? Actually, we aren't. We definitely aren't. Okay. Are we going to get any building slots from any of this? No, we can drop the fort and build an aqueduct or a granary. That's the thing that we can do. But beyond that, I think we're going to be pretty stuck for now. And we can't really progress on that just yet. We'll be able to eventually, but not exactly now. Okay, so it is pretty much just Bomilcar Badona that is giving us issues right now. We did become friends with him. It's not enough, to be sure. A civil war will break out in 11 months. Okay. So we are getting 2 loyalty yearly because of that title revocation. Sure. There's also low faction approval, which he has full Democrat and oligarch conviction and almost full traditionalist conviction. Awkward. Very awkward indeed. Is he the leader of any of these factions? No, he's not. I mean, the Democrats want us to do more confiscation. I suppose we could. If there's anybody here that we can revoke holdings from. There actually are, the Gizgo. And that brings him down to 39, which means that I am potentially comfortable revoking 1 additional holding from him, bringing him down to 36. Okay, so the Hanid are at 48. Do they have any holdings? They do. And we can bring them down to a little bit anyway. So we'll revoke a few of their holdings, like so. That'll be okay. And then this guy is the guy that we can't deal with right now. He does have holdings, but we can't deal with it. The Barkid guy here, we could absolutely revoke a lot of holdings, but he doesn't have any. And this guy, we could also revoke a holding from him. And I'll revoke 1. Okay. That should get us some popularity with the Democrats. And indeed it did. That is excellent. That is excellent. The Democrats have taken back over, and we're just going to keep taking territory away. Okay, we're going to head up over here. These guys have stopped their build. Just thinking here about how I want to build this. I think we need to come out over this way and have a road come up over here, like this, and then come down something like this. And then we can send another road up through here like that, and then send them in through this pass. Make sure that we have a bit of a triangle structure going on there. Then they can come down, link in like that, and then come back and link down like that, and then backtrack and link in over here like that, and then potentially head up the river here and then head in over this way. Like so. Make sure there's a connection here. Bring it back over this way. And then down over here. Down over to there. Like that. And then link it in something along the lines of this. Like, it's kind of messy, but this area is kind of messy, so that's fine. That ought to keep them busy for a while. We'll go ahead and let them work on that. These guys are still working on their project. That's great. And we're going to set these guys to drilling and these guys to drilling. Fantastic. The Barkid are considered scorned, for sure. This guy's actually up to 35 loyalty. Wait, so who's actually disloyal enough right now? Who's actually disloyal? Is anyone? I don't see any disloyal people. Like, who's going to rebel here? Did I right-click on the notification? I don't know if I did or not. Very strange. Apparently we're going to get a civil war in 6 months. But they're only 8% of the power base. So these troops would probably be more than capable of dealing with it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and tell them to go onto Carpet Siege for these two. And then this one, I'm going to tell them to go on Defend Borders. Okay. They're headed down over this way. Maybe they know something we don't. Ah, now we see that the Italiote here is causing the issue. There, problem solved. Fantastic. So these guys are going to move down over this way like so. That's fine. I'm going to then tell them to come up over here and cross this river like this and come up over this way, make a triangle structure like that. And then they can come up and connect into that. Actually, this guy's disloyal now? What a jerk. He's actually not even disloyal. He just decided to stop doing all of that road build that I queued up. What a jerk. Well, we're going to take him up here, and we're going to tell him that he's going to do this. No matter what. This is what he's doing. And I guess we'll have this guy work on some of it. Sure. What an absolute jerk. Okay, so we're no longer importing. Sure. That's something that will automatically be taken care of. And we'll just keep on working on our road build up in this region over here. We pretty much know what needs to be done at this point. I'm going to, in fact, tell these guys to go ahead and build in all of this over here. Like so. Just make sure that we have essentially a crossroads there. That. And then they can connect it in like this, and then come on down here. Connect it into there, and then come on down over this way. That'll do for temporaries, and then we'll just come in over here and, like, connect it in, something like that. Okay, so there's that in theory underway, assuming this guy doesn't become disloyal partway through. He is a bit of a jerk, but I think he's going to stay loyal, so that's good. We do have a civil war brewing, but when don't we? Aquaviva has become a city. Actually, multiple have become a city. That is great. And that means that we need to take a look at this over here. So, that of course means that we need Zalda to be promoted, and we're going to be able to promote that very, very shortly. Next month is when we're going to be able to promote Zalda. And these also all need to be fortified. So, we need to put in... I'm going to ditch, I think... I don't like ditching a library here, but I'm going to ditch a library, and we'll put in forts in those locations. And same thing here. I don't like to do it, but I'll do it. Just to complete the mission. There we go. Fantastic. And we are, of course, still working on our tax offices over here. We have our fort level up, and that is wonderful. And Granary of Numidia should finish up quite soon. We do need to have, I believe, 2 granaries here. Let me double check that. Yes, 2 granary buildings. Perfect. So we are working on that. And Kishi, we're going to need to have a foundry. Okay, we can get that queued up. There we go. It'd be fine. And we're going to need to deal with Bomilcar Badona the Gaul again. This guy's such a jerk. We could just grant him stipends. It's not like we're missing the cash. We'll go ahead and do it. That's completely fine. So we're going to be able to plow our way through most of this mission next episode, I believe. But we'll just have all of this finish up pretty quickly. And we are going to need markets in... 2 markets in each port. Okay, so we're going to need marketplaces here. And I guess we'll queue them up. So we can build the marketplaces now here. That's great. There we go. Something along the lines of that. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.